Well, good morning and afternoon, ladies and gents. We're going to do a percent composition lab. We're going to do that with bubblegum today. Your purpose is to determine the percent composition of dissolved particles in gum. In your discussion, you want to include the concept of percent composition, the history of gum. I would use a website of your gum, or worst case scenario, use Wrigley's.com. Wrigley's has a really good history of gum. Make sure that you cite your sources at the end of your lab write-up. You're going to need a balance, your gum with a wrapper, the outside gum wrapper with its ingredients, a computer to look up gum history, and you. So the procedure, you're going to mass your gum in the wrapper. You're going to mass the wrapper itself. You're going to chew the gum for 15 minutes. Note the time when it loses its flavor. Note the texture change of your gum. If you're using double bubble, it'll go from kind of being a hard, grainy texture to all of a sudden it'll be soft and smooth. All right, note that time. So you're going to need a watch. Note the ability to blow bubbles as well as how good of a bubble can you blow. And then you're going to mass the chewed gum in its wrapper when you're all done. All right, for calculations, you're going to calculate your percent of mass lost. This is the percent of soluble particles. All right, so the mass lost divided by the starting mass gives you your percent of soluble particles. You also want to calculate your percent composition, that is, your mass lost from the starting mass, divided into the starting mass rather, is going to be your percent composition of your sweetener. Right? Other things may be lost, but primarily it's going to be your sweetener, and you'll need to look on your gum label to determine what that sweetener is. All right, normally what we'll do is we'll put our data on the board with the name of your gun, percent lost, and how you rate the gum on a scale of 1 to 5. 1's super good, 5's awful. And then you need to make a chart with everyone's data. All right, so we can put this on the whiteboard. And what we can do is we can do each group. So I'll have you guys in groups of 2. And each group, in your group of 2, you'll have the same gum. So that'll lower our number of data points. In your conclusion, I want you to discuss what ingredients were lost in the mass that you chewed. Again, this is where you need your wrapper. And then compare the percent lost in the sugar and sugar-free gums, and why do you think there is a difference? All right. For your data and calculations, you're going to have a data table with everybody's data, and then you're also going to have a graph, and I want you to plot the chewed versus, or the sugar-free versus sugar gum. All right, so that's pretty much the lab. Normally, I'm going to try to see if I can give you guys a lab rubric and get you squared away with that. But for the most part, this is going to be just like all the other labs that we've done. I also want you guys to remember that the next long period, you're going to have a quiz over empirical formula and molecular formula. Make sure that you review the definitions of those. Make sure you know how to do those calculations. Next week, we're going to have a test. I got a few more review assignments for you, and then I'm going to come in and I'm going to have to create a test. I know I was bragging about jury duty and that I wasn't ever going to get it. Well, karma got me. I'm on jury for 2 to 3 weeks. So best of luck. Have fun with the gum lab. You have 1 week from the day that you do the lab to have your lab turned in. Good luck. Have fun.